Okay. Hi. Welcome to Friday. Stop laughing at me. Stop it. I hate it when someone else is here and I'm doing this. This is embarrassing.
When has that happened before?
This has never happened before, that's why. Okay, right. Rhiannon, you might need to sit closer.
Okay.
Just to warn you.
Oh, I've just got my
I
spoon
know.
on my bed.
I've got a whole load of filmmaking stuff. Annoying. Okay, right. This week is about...
Is this too close?
No, it's all right, thank you. It's about religion and politics in the LGBT community and outside of it as well, and basic general views about it. And this week I have the opinions of my very opinionated younger sister, Rhiannon, here. There she is. And she has a few experiences. She's straight herself.
Well,
yeah,
unlabelled.
Okay then.
What? I don't believe in labels. You fall in love with the person, not the gender.
Okay, good. But for all intents and purposes, she's probably just straight.
Well, guys are pretty damn hot, so...
Yeah. Okay. So my experience is very limited on this subject about religion and politics. Well, we came from Catholic schools, didn't we? We've been in Catholic schools all our lives, apart from now.
Well, yeah.
Well, I've been in 2 Catholic schools. You've been in 1.
Although, personally, because we were in primary school, they never really brought up anything to do with being gay at that age.
I don't think they would do that.
No, the school I go to now, it may not be Catholic, but because it's a state school, it's Church of England, and it's a lot more religious than I thought it would be, and there are some very, very Christian people who go to my school.
Yeah.
And it's not just very Christian, it's very Christian, very middle class people, which kind of tends to make the opinion stronger than what they say sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, my basic experience of this was when in year 11 we were talking about homosexuality and Catholic views about it, and then our teacher asked people what they thought of it, and there was he picked on a boy called Jordan in my class because
Jordan Corey.
Yeah, I don't want to say his surname. Jesus Christ, that would be blanked. Well, never mind. They didn't hear it anyway.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have done.
Yeah, he basically said, focus.
I am.
Okay, he basically said that he didn't like gay people. Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
I know.
It's like, I don't like straight people. That's so stupid.
I know. And, yeah, and then, you know, Kiva, she just attacked him verbally.
Good.
She was like, how dare you say that? Oh my god. I was thinking, well done, Kiva. You're good. But what's your experience of that?
Well, there was actually a really big argument about it once, that caused actually a girl to walk out of my classroom in tears because she thought people were ganging up on her, because it happened during an RS lesson, but we were sort of in the computer room, so the teacher wasn't really paying attention to any of us, and it got on the subject of people being gay for some reason, and there was one of my friends who said that she agreed. She was fine with gay people, she knew gay people, she was fine with them, she just thought it was wrong that they should get married. And
oh my god.
I know. And she is very Christian, and she is a lovely person, but she used to get into the habit of saying, that's so gay.
Oh, bloody hell, I hate it when people say that.
But because I see her every day, every time she did that, I would just attack her about it. So now, if she doesn't do it, but if she ever does slip up and say it, because she doesn't mean it in a way that is hurtful, it is just something that she says because it's so integrated into society that it's just an automatic for her. But if she does say it now, which is very not often at all, she'll say, oh god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But there were 3 girls who were very strongly Christian, and Lizzie was the only one of them who she was okay with gay people in general.
Mm.
The other two just weren't. And me, a friend of mine who's Muslim, and another atheist friend of mine, and a Hindu friend of mine, we were all just against them.
Yeah.
And and one of the Christian girls, she thought we were all ganging up on her and started crying. And I was saying, you know, really, we're not saying that you're a bad person. We're not saying that you're wrong. We're just saying that maybe you could consider the idea that gay people aren't bad, you know?
Yeah.
But she seemed to take that as an offence, which I don't really understand why, because I was just saying maybe, because she actually admitted that she'd never questioned the beliefs her parents had brought her up with. And I said, maybe the point of having a religion is that it's your views and not your parents' views. And maybe you could try to just see what you personally think of it. And she didn't like the idea of thinking for herself. So,
yeah.
Although one of my friends actually recently, she gets really angry. It wasn't one of the Christians in the argument at the time, because she wasn't in class at the time, so she never got in on the argument. But if you just any swear word can be the worst one, or the one that you wouldn't maybe even consider a swear word, she will be offended by that. And she will tell you that she's offended by that, and basically just bitch you out about it. But then she always says, that's so gay, and expects nobody to be offended.
Ugh.
I know. I know. And I find that ridiculous that she can have... I mean, it's not like we're saying we don't believe in God. God is just some thing you've made up in your head. We're just saying a word that has no relation to God, and she's being offended. And yet, when she's attacking something that's in our belief, that gay people are generally, depends on the person probably, good people, just as much as straight people are or are not, she seems to think that it's okay for her to offend us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And with me and religion, I think that the main reason why I'm now agnostic and not Methodist or Catholic anymore, because oh god, I've gone through 3 different religions in my life.
I've gone through 2, Christian and agnostic. But agnostic, to me, I mean, I know what it means to me, but most people seem to think it just means I have no idea and I can't be bothered to think about it. But it really just means I believe that all possibilities could be true, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Because I'm only changed to agnostic because of people's views on homosexuality and stuff.
In the Methodist Church?
Well, in the Methodist Church, I read up on some beliefs, and it did say that they will kind of be, I don't know, frowned upon, almost. But I was just reading some stuff on the internet about it, and I just thought, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave that for another day. Yeah.
For another day. Just go back there later. It's okay.
With politics, with the politics side of it, the only thing I'm really aware of is that now gay couples, LGBT couples in the UK are kind of getting prepared to marry, because the Conservative Party are being more accepting now.
There is apparently something, I'm not quite sure of the specifics, but something being pushed through about legalising gay marriage in England, so...
Because it happened in New York really recently.
The Empire State Building lit up in multicolours. Really cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And so I just hope it happens soon.
Yeah, I don't understand. We pretend...
And go again.
And we pretend to be one of the more accepting societies, and how can it not already be legal for gay couples to get married, you know? I don't understand how we can say that we're so much more accepting than all these different cultures, and yet it's something that it's not even as hyped up as it is in other countries. It's sort of just pushed down below, whereas it's a major issue in those other places. It seems to just be not even on the radar here, and yet it's still there. It's still a problem, you know?
Yeah. So to sum up, I've never had any sort of abuse from anyone about this along religious lines and political lines, but that
I have, though. Seriously. You wouldn't believe the amount of people who think I'm a lesbian. Seriously.
that is very true, very true. But yeah, but there's still changes to be
That
made.
have to be made.
Yes.
Need to be made.
Well, thank you very much, Rhiannon, for joining me this week, this lovely Friday evening.
Lovely. Really. It's cold.
Alright, and on that note, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.